This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. We are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with Anthony Ray. We want to thank our producer, Mark Winter, and Pet Life Radio for giving us the opportunity, and we want to especially thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. Guys, in this episode of Groomer Humor, we're going to be talking about anal glands. Yeah, dogs' anal glands. It's going to be a very assy show. We figured we're two asses. We may as well talk about it, right? Guys, we're going to talk about what are they? What's the purpose of anal glands? And should dog groomers clean them out, or is it better left for a vet to do? We got that, and we have our very funny comment segment coming up in this episode of Groomer Humor.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There's no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, radio.com, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, guys. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with Anthony Ray. And as we mentioned in the intro, guys, this is going to be a very assy show. So it's going to kind of get a little gross at times. So if you're not up for it, I would tune off right now, because that's the type of show this is going to be. We're going to be talking about dogs' anal glands. It's a little bit gross, wouldn't you say, Anthony?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the worst parts, actually. Remember that show Dirty Jobs with what was his name? I forget the guy's name. He was awesome.
It's with an R.
Yeah. Anyway, the Dirty Jobs dog grooming episode, the anal gland part was pretty horrifying. It's horrific.
It is. But guys, dog groomers deal with it every day. Veterinarians deal with it every day. And as gross as it is, it's just the dog's anatomy. It's just what they're built with. It's part of their system. What is an anal gland? Well, an anal gland is two glands, two sacs that are on either side of the sphincter muscle, the S, the butt, that produce fluid to lubricate while the dog takes a poop. That's what they are. And again, I'm not God. I didn't do it. That's just the way God made dogs, so that they can take a poop more easily. But what happens, guys, is that because of these two anal glands on either side of the butt, sometimes some of the poop or the excrement gets caught inside the anal gland and clogs the hole that the lubricant comes out of, and it starts to fill up. And the dog can't empty out the sac himself, and it's imperative that they do get emptied out, because when they get too swollen, it makes it very difficult for the dog to poop.
You know, the part of all of that actually grossed me out the most was the word sack right at the end there.
Really? Sack?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I thought it would be excrement.
I'm not sure. I'm surprised myself, but I was doing fine. And then when you said empty out the sack, I went, ugh. Yeah. Like, that's, I don't know.
Okay. I could see that, but I'm glad you don't have anal glands, Anthony, because, you better call somebody else. I am not emptying those out. You're gross.
I think I'd rather if I had them, I'd rather them rupture than even I myself clear them.
Yeah.
Mike Rowe, by the way, was
Mike Rowe. Yeah. That's his name. Yes. Dirty Jobs.
Dirty Jobs.
Very good show. Great show.
I love that show.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of, rupturing the anal gland, no joke, that is a possibility. If the anal gland becomes too impacted, and again, they become impacted when the hole that secretes the fluid gets blocked. So they become impacted, and we have to do what's called express the anal gland. Anthony, don't misinterpret that. That doesn't mean that you should act like an anal gland.
Well, if you're not going to be expressive with your anal glands, what's the point, right?
Exactly. What's the point of having them?
Yeah.
It means to squeeze them and get that excrement out of the sac. So, yeah. So they become impacted, and this could be a problem, guys, because if the anal gland does get impacted, there's a risk of that anal gland rupturing, like Anthony said. And if an anal gland ruptures, it's definitely a vet visit, guys, because now it usually turns into an infection. And it's actually very, very painful for the dog. But, the problem with anal glands, guys, and this whole show is going to just be dedicated to anal glands, by the way. The problem with anal glands is, how often do we really squeeze our dogs' butts and, grab their buttholes? We don't.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things that we have to do. As a pet owner, you're going to have to squeeze your dog's ass once in a while. It's just,
Why is this my favorite show that we've ever done?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like this show.
This one's funny. Just
what?
Like, squeeze your dog's ass.
Yeah. You know why? Because it vibrates with who we truly are.
Yeah, which is
that's
5-year-olds. That's yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It makes sense for us because
Yes.
we're going to be sitting here giggling like children the entire time over actually a pretty serious topic.
Very serious topic. Poor
It's not a
dogs.
joke,
No, it's
Yeah.
not. So as a dog owner, as a veterinarian, as a dog groomer, we have to check anal glands. I check them on every dog. So it's part of the job. And it's important, guys, honestly, because here's the thing. If the anal glands are not impacted, when you go to express them, and when you express them, what you're doing is you're actually taking your thumb and your index finger and you're squeezing both sides of that sphincter muscle, and you're squeezing until this disgusting fluid comes out, and it sometimes it snakes out. Like, it's really, really jarring to watch, and it smells horrific. But yes, I'm going to hurl myself. But if you do it often, you usually do not end up with an impacted anal gland problem. And that's the key here, guys. So again, it's one of those things. Do you normally check this? You don't, so that's the reason why they become impacted, is because we don't normally do this. And that's the purpose of this show. Education. Okay. Education.
And I guess you could consider, because some dogs, they shoot their anals themselves.
Yes.
Often. So if that's what your dog does, I guess you could be considered one of the lucky unluckies.
Yes.
Who have to deal with that without having any control. But your dog's anal glands aren't impacted because they're shooting them all over your house. So,
Yeah. Or all over you. There's not a groomer or a vet out there that hasn't had anal glands shot right onto their smock.
Yeah, it really makes you rethink your life when that happens. It's a very serious occurrence. Your day's done. After that, your day's done. It's over.
It really is.
You're not coming back from that.
No, because you can't get the smell out either. It's almost like a skunk smell. It doesn't smell like poop. It smells like chemical.
It's on par with skunk, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so unpleasant.
Yeah, it's a odd smell.
Yeah. I often think that's what hell is.
Yes.
Living in an anal gland sac.
In my opinion, there's only one thing that smells worse than anal glands, and that's Anthony's armpits.
I knew it was going there. I don't even know why I'm surprised, because I knew it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's my opinion. So, and I think that if our audience had to smell you, they would agree.
Again, nobody's ever going to want to meet me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they do want to meet you now.
Yeah, just to see if the rumors, if what they've heard is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's semi-true.
Yeah. Do you really smell worse than an anal gland? You know what I mean? Now I got to deal with that.
Yeah. Good point, though, Anthony. Dogs do express their anal glands on their own. A lot of times if they're nervous or they're just overly excited, they'll shoot them, and it'll just come out. It's involuntary for them. And then, dogs act funny after they do it too, right, Anthony? Like, they feel all weirded out because they start, trying to sniff their own butt because they don't even realize what the heck happened to them.
Yeah, and they know it's gross.
They get embarrassed.
Yeah, they go, oh man. Yeah.
I love this show. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
So yeah, but again, it's one of those things, guys. If you are a dog owner, check it often. And here's the thing too: dogs vary. Okay, so there's different dogs tend to suffer from anal glands more, and this is just my opinion because I've been a dog groomer for so long. More of the designer breeds, the smaller breeds like the Bijans, the Shih Tzus, the Poodles especially, they tend to have anal gland problems anyway, a lot more so than, say, your Shelties, your working breeds, your Labs. And I think that just maybe because they may be a little bit more active, or I really don't know what the reason is, but I do know that certain breeds tend to have more of an anal gland problem than others. I don't know if our pugs... Did Sushi have an anal gland problem, Anthony? Do you remember?
No, he did not. I think he was one of those where every once in a while he would get super excited and he would shoot them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a problem. They never really got impacted. He would express them himself.
Right.
And it usually just happened at home. And it didn't really, his never really like shot out or anything. You would just smell that it happened. And it's like, all right, well, you just sit around and hope that it didn't happen in your bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
Sometimes they'll, they do the whole, the butt moonwalk across your carpet. That's what they're trying to do, really. They're trying to, if that's a telltale sign that the anal glands might be impacted and need to be expressed, is when your dog starts, moonwalking across your carpet like Michael Jackson. You know the move. That's
the sound I would make if I was rubbing my ass across the floor.
Exactly.
Because it felt good.
There you go. That's very funny. So, yeah. You know what? Because the show is so assy and there's not a whole lot to cover other than, hey, guys, check your dog's anal glands. Why don't we keep this show to a minimal? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about whether or not dog groomers should express anal glands or not. So when we come back, we're going to talk about it.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. We are your hosts. As always, I'm Anthony Ray, hanging out with my dad, Rudy V, talking about dogs' asses. So this is just, this show is just Groomer Humor in a nutshell. I think we've really come into ourselves. We've really become who we are as podcasters and internet personalities as we sit here and talk about excrement and sacks and Michael Jackson and Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
That's this show in a nutshell. Random names and disgusting topic.
That's it. That's the life of a dog groomer.
Yeah. And but we left off talking about, should groomers be responsible for expressing the anal glands, or should it be left for the vets? I have an opinion on that, and I think that it might be a boring answer, but I think it's right down the middle. I think it's more important that groomers check than be automatically responsible. I don't think that anal glands should be on the list of, you do, the nails, the ears, the trimming, all of that. I don't think it should be that automatic where, anal glands is part of that list. I think that part of that list is checking the anal glands. So,
yes.
Because if you're just automatically like, yep, got to do the anal glands, it's like, well, what if they're not impacted? Now you're just doing what you said before, Dad. You're just squeezing an empty sack and you're going to hurt the dog.
Exactly. Yeah, this is true, actually. Yeah, so groomers should definitely check. In my opinion, this is my opinion, as a dog groomer, as a long-time dog groomer, if the excrement or the fluid empties out easily while you're squeezing, then by all means, you can do it. If you're squeezing and it's not coming out, guys, and the anal glands it actually feels like two acorns. When they're impacted, it'll feel like two hard acorns on either side of the sphincter there. If you squeeze and the dog is, you're sensing pain and the dog is maybe coming around and trying to bite you or tell you to stop, that is a clear sign that the anal glands are impacted and you shouldn't squeeze because you can easily rupture the sac. So if it comes out easily, I think dog groomers should do it. I think they should check, give it a try. If it's not coming out easily, as a dog groomer, I would hold off and I would just recommend to the client that the dog be seen by a vet so that the vet can express them, because God forbid the anal gland does get ruptured, at least they're at the vet now and the vet can deal with it. So that's my take on it, guys. And, you may agree, you may disagree. I'm sure we'll get a comment from groomers saying, I always do anal glands, or another comment that might say, we never do anal glands. You should never do it. Like you said, Anthony, we're in between. If it comes out easily, by all means, you should express it. If it doesn't, then leave it to the vet. That would be our answer.
Yeah. Think of it like when you have an ingrown hair. If you're squeezing so hard and nothing, and it's not popping, like you're just infecting it. You're just hurting yourself, and it's not, it's not given.
Yeah. I don't know how you got from anal gland to ingrown hair, but
I'm talking about the squeezing part of it, the squeezing aspect.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Was that not a good example?
No, not really.
Of the squeezing aspect?
Yeah, I don't know. You could have just went with pimple or whitehead, but I mean, can this show get any grosser, Anthony?
Pimples go. They pop.
Okay.
Ingrown hairs it can be a challenge because it looks like it's going to pop, feels like it's going to pop, and then it doesn't. And now you're infecting it because you keep trying to squeeze it, and it's not,
Okay. Well, listen, you know what? As we said, this was going to be an assy show, and it obviously was. So I don't know if many people are going to listen to this one, but those of you who do are going to be well informed, I think. So
if you are still here, congratulations.
Yeah, you survived without throwing up.
Right. You officially can have a career in crime scene investigation because you have a very strong stomach if you're still here.
Yes.
20 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to make this assumption, but I think Anthony has an ingrown hair somewhere, and that's why he went to that. So,
well, hey, man, we cover current events.
Yep. All right. With that being said, guys, let's get into our funny comments segment. We got a good one here.
I'm a professional.
Okay. So this one is off of our black nail clip video. So
that's a popular one.
It's a very popular video on YouTube. So go on our YouTube channel, Grooming by Rudy, and click on cutting overgrown black nails. But this person left this comment. He said, "Your lack of confidence does not convince me that you are a good dog groomer." Ooh. Dude, listen, you know what? Maybe this guy knows me. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he knows me. Listen, I have such a lack of confidence when it comes down to girls, when it comes down to my height, my weight, you name it. I hate myself. Okay. I hate myself, but don't take away dog grooming from me. It's all I have. It's the only thing I feel good at. And it's the only thing that I feel confident about.
Yeah. That's a low blow. No, he definitely doesn't know you because anybody who knows you would never have said that to you.
Yes. Never. It's the only thing that I have. Please don't take away my dog grooming confidence.
I bet you wanted to reach through the computer screen and smack him.
Dude, I deleted it immediately. I was like,
of course you did.
Yeah, I deleted it. You're gone. I felt like jumping through the computer screen and just saying, hey, with lack of confidence, buddy, are you talking about me? Again,
God.
That one just, tilted me.
Yeah. You went full tilt.
Full tilt on that one. You know what I mean?
Because you can't be a dog groomer without confidence in dog grooming.
Exactly.
You wouldn't do it.
Every dog groomer out there is confident.
Yeah.
You
even say that in a lot of the videos where if you're doing something kind of dangerous, you always tell them don't do this unless you are 100% confident that you could do it safely without hurting the dog. Grooming is 90% confidence.
Yeah.
10% knowledge of how to groom.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't convince you that I'm a good dog groomer.
What is he even talking about? What in that video tells you that you're not confident? I don't understand. You're achieving the goal carefully without hurting the dog.
Yeah.
So
I pressed the delete button so hard that I think I broke it. Like I didn't take my finger off of it. I wanted to keep deleting it.
Yeah. You deleted it so hard a couple other comments got deleted that were nice. That's what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. You deleted the crap out of it.
Yeah. So I'm confident with dog grooming. That's about all I'm confident with. So I'm gonna cling on to that.
Yeah. So deleted.
Deleted. All right.
All right. Well, that about wraps up this disgusting show that we just did for you guys. Informative, though. It's important. Pay attention to your dog's booty. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a serious thing. It's more serious than we're making it out to be, but it's also very very manageable. So thanks so much for stopping by, guys. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mark Winter. Thank you so much, Mark. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel. It's Grooming by Rudy on youtube.com. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. We want to hear from all you guys. You could also like Grooming by Rudy on Facebook, follow Grooming by Rudy on Instagram and Twitter. It has been an absolute pleasure. As always, until next time, take care of yourselves and your pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.